How do you know which team is winning a Dota game? This is a question I saw someone asking in a Twitch stream once. Ha! What an idiot. Everyone knows the team that's winning is the one that... Well, that's not as easy to explain as I thought. But one way to win the game is to win your lane. I'm the Seer, and this is the Noob's Guide to Dota 2. The traditional way to play Dota is to send 2 players to top lane, 2 players to bot lane, and 1 player mid. I say traditional because you aren't forced to play that way. Sometimes you might see 2 players mid, 3 players top, and one time I was playing against a team from Russia that sent all 5 heroes to bottom lane. I believe their strategy was called the Rush B. So let's boot up Dota 2. The most popular game mode is All Pick, and it's the mode I will teach you how to play. The reason it's called that is because you are allowed to pick any hero you want at the start. Some people say new players should try Turbo mode first, as there are a lot of simplifications to the rules, and games tend to end a lot quicker. I disagree, as I feel that playing Turbo mode is excellent practice for getting better at Turbo mode, not Dota 2. Also, for some reason, Turbo games are even more toxic than All Pick. Guys, seriously, what the fuck? So the way I recommend you start your training instead is playing All Pick against bots. There's 5 available difficulties. I would choose Easy right now. Passive difficulty bots just show up in lane and don't actually use abilities, so that's not good enough. But unfair bots will just destroy you right now. Of course, playing against bots will only make you better at playing against bots. At the end of the day, you will start having to play Dota 2 versus real people, and the difficulty level of humans on the other team is harder than unfair. Let's pick a hero. Set this complexity filter to 1 star to see the easiest heroes to play. These are, for the most part, good starting heroes. I'm gonna pick... Dragon Knight. So now you see the strategy screen. Dota actually borrows elements from strategy games, did you know? My teammates certainly don't. Anyway, you can skip most of this for now, but I would like you to focus on starting items. Every hero starts with a set amount of gold before the game begins to buy some items from the shop to start the game with. For now, just copy the recommended build by right-clicking the starting items here. If for some reason you have a light stroke and miss the 30-second timer, you have plenty of time to buy these items from the shop at the fountain, where your team starts. Just left-click the shop to open it, and right-click the items to buy. Now head to your lane. To control your hero, you use the mouse. Right-click on a location, and your hero will move to it. Control the camera by moving your mouse to the edge of the screen, and press F1 to select your hero at any time, or double-tap F1 to center camera on your hero. You may also lock the camera on your hero by double-clicking their portrait. This is especially useful when there is a ton of other heroes and stuff on screen. The first thing that happens in a game of Dota 2 is the bounty runes spawn at minute 0. Every 5 minutes, these gold runes spawn at 4 locations on the map. Getting them by right-clicking them gives every hero on your team a small amount of gold, so they become a point that is contested early on. More on that later. So this is your typical image at the start of your game. Each side has 1 set of creeps and 2 heroes. If you right-click an enemy creep with your hero, you will start attacking it, and if you land the killing blow, you will get a last hit. Getting a last hit on a creep gives you gold, and you can use that gold to buy items from the shop to make your hero stronger. Even if you don't get the last hit, simply being around when an enemy creep dies gives you experience. Experience gives you levels, levels let you improve your abilities, and abilities let you smoke opponents. Each hero can level up to 30, but usually your game will be over way before. Also, you can deny your own creeps by pressing A, then left-clicking on them. If you deny a creep, you ensure that enemies don't get the last hit, and also you deny them a bit of experience. It's not much, but it stacks over time. Now, winning the lane is all about getting more resources than your opponents. There are several ways you can do this. 1. Not dying. 2. Not dying. 3. Be better than last hitting and denying than your opponent. 4. Kill your opponent with your abilities. If you kill a hero in Dota, you gain a significant amount of gold and experience, and the person who died loses some gold, and they respawn at the fountain, and take time to return to the lane. In the meantime, they have lost all the gold and experience they could have gotten from the creeps if they were alive. So, when they return to the lane, they're a full level behind the enemy heroes, and the enemies can use that level advantage to kill you again, and gain more levels, and so on. Dying repeatedly like this is called feeding, and it's the worst thing you can do in the game. Usually games have some sort of mechanic that helps you bounce back or makes your life easier after you make a mistake. Dota and games like it, on the other hand, actively punish you for making a single mistake. It's like chess or basketball, but the players have guns. There are several ways to not die in Dota, but the most important one is positioning. If you are standing in a bad spot for too long, it gives enemies a chance to kill you. In the lane, it's quite simple. Stay behind your team's creeps. If you go past them, you will die. Another way to not die in Dota is to use starting items. If you make a mistake and take a small amount of damage, you can heal by using a tango charge. Press your tango hotkey and then left-click a tree to eat it for health. I know this looks like the stupidest thing ever, but it's the most common way to heal early on. Tango regenerates your health bit by bit over time. If you make a bigger mistake and need a big heal, use a healing salve instead, by left-clicking the item and then yourself, or double-tapping the hotkey. This will regenerate your health much quicker, but it's a one-use item, and the heal effect drops if a hero damages you, so use it carefully. Next, aggression, or aggro. Creeps and towers choose who they attack by prioritizing to defend their team's heroes. This is called aggro. So if you right-click an enemy hero, you will draw creep aggro, meaning the enemy creeps will switch their target to attack you. Early on, they deal quite a bit of damage, so you should avoid freely right-clicking heroes at the start. Using abilities, on the other hand, does not switch aggro, so heroes who have abilities that can damage heroes from a range are very strong in the laning phase. Which brings me to hero roles. There are two main roles in Dota, carry and support. To put it simply, supports are heroes that are really good at the start of a game, primarily using abilities to kill heroes. On the other hand, carries are heroes who rely mostly on right-clicking things for damage, but need a lot of gold and levels before they can be effective. If they play well though, they can use the advantage gained with their items later on in the game to carry their team to victory. Ideally, you would have a team with 3 carries and 2 supports, so each lane can have a single hero that last hits, so you're not fighting to get them with your teammate. At your level though, most likely everyone will be playing a carry, so just try to share the last hits. That means hitting a different creep from me. Stop hitting the creeps. Stop hitting the creeps! Another thing you should avoid at the laning stage is auto-attacking. This is what happens when you right-click something hostile and just let go. Your hero will automatically keep hitting them. Doing this in lane will kill enemy creeps too fast, and moves the point where the creeps meet further into enemy territory, so avoid this at all costs. Just focus on only attacking to get a last hit or deny. Of course, at some point to win, you will have to start attacking enemy towers. To do this, you push the lane by killing creeps quickly with abilities and auto-attacking, thus pushing the point where the creeps meet forward. But you just said to avoid hitting the creeps. I know. I can't give you a flat answer of when to push the lane, but a good time would be when you have just killed the enemy heroes in lane, or when you see one of these guys. It's called the siege creep, and every 10th creep wave has one. These boys do extra damage to towers, while taking reduced damage from heroes. If your wave has a siege creep, and there are no enemies, push away. What happens if the enemy tower gets destroyed? Then, every hero on your team gets a significant amount of gold, and whoever gets the last hit also gets another gold bonus. Congratulations, you won the lane! Well, not really, but you did give your team the advantage. So, to recap, win the lane by getting more last hits and denies than the enemies, or killing them. Avoid dying yourself by playing behind your creeps and using your starting items. Repeat until you have a level and gold advantage over your enemies, then take the enemy tower. That's all for now. See you next time.